So Cortlen Henry, the bottom of page 5 is set for trial September the 10th, 2025 at 9 o'clock. That's the same date and time. So I'm going to get y'all a trial order. It's going to be Wednesday, September the 10th, 2025 at 9 o'clock. I'll sign a separate order today, Mr. Jim. Trial Wednesday, September the 10th, 2025. It's Ms. Buckaloo, Ms. Collins, Mr. Griffiths for the state, Ms. Liberty, Mr. Aronson. Calendar call in the meanwhile, and then if something changes about that, I'm sure you all will let me know. So Cortlen Henry, the bottom of page 5 is set for trial September the 10th, 2025 at 9 o'clock. That's the same date and time as Mr. Devins. I'll sign a separate order today that he's going to be dressed for trial on that day. The Mr. Devins case in the top of page 10, which is the new tampering case, I'll give that a calendar call December the 5th, 8:45 a.m. December the 5th at 8:45 a.m. On the bottom of page 10, Cortlen Henry, that is the tampering case. In that case, I'll delete the September 27th status that Judge Murphy previously set. I'll give that case a calendar call December the 5th at 8:45.
So they go into trial at the same time. Oh.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.
From what I just heard the judge say, it seems like they're about to try Cortlen Henry and YNW Melly at the same time. The judge said, YNW Melly, he said Wednesday, September 10th, 2025 at 9 a.m. That will be the start of his double murder retrial. He then said something about the bottom of page 5, Cortlen Henry set for trial September 10th, 9 a.m., same time as Mr. Demons, that he will be prepped for trial. That's the same thing I heard. So anybody who's listening to this video right now, if you heard something different, let me know. Now let's get into the details of what's been happening behind the scenes as we move forward to getting this thing out the way. Everybody is tired. The judges are tired. The prosecution is tired. The lawyers probably are not tired because they're getting paid a whole lot of money to do what they're doing. And as long as the trial keeps going or the case keeps running, then the money keeps piling up. So I don't think they'll be tired of that. That's what they do. Everybody else, including fans, well-wishers, and people who think YNW Melly is guilty and they just want to see this out the way. YNW Melly returned to court in Broward County on Monday, where a judge set a date for his double murder retrial. Monday, this is July 8th of 2024. The judge has just set the date for his double murder retrial. This comes months after his retrial was placed on hold. The rapper, whose real name is Jamel Demons, is accused of murdering two of his childhood friends, Chris YNW Juvie, Thomas, and Anthony YNW Sackchaser Williams. In 2018, after a late-night recording session by making it look like a drive-by shooting. Y'all know how the whole scenario goes already. So on Monday, today, Judge Martin Feen set a new trial date of September 10th, 2025. In terms of more recent tampering case, he set a pre-trial meeting for December 5th of 2024. So December 5th, 2024, they're going to court again, and that will have to do with the tampering charges that they have. So I guess they want to get those out the way first before they get to the actual murder trial, because the murder trial is not set till September 10th of 2025. Now, you got to ask yourself, how come it's a new judge that's setting the trial date? Did they have the judge removed that was on this case all along? Is that judge burnt out? Did the judge request for himself to be removed from the trial? Or did somebody request for that judge to be removed from the trial? I don't know, but as you can see, this is Judge Martin Feen. This is not the judge that has been on this trial the whole time. The first double murder trial against YNW Melly ended in a mistrial last summer of 2023. A judge's ruling in January to suppress a promotional video about Melly's life from evidence that was prompted prosecutors to file an appeal, delaying the case for months. They put the video up. They said, hey, we want to show this video at trial. YNW Melly's attorney said, nope, we don't want that video shown at trial. That was only a promotional video, and it could have the jury look at him in a biased way. So they filed an appeal, and that motion they filed froze the case. He attended a recent hearing in late April after Melly's attorneys asked to discuss the outstanding motions that are in the case. They wanted to proceed with discovery, including taking depositions and doing everything else while they await the decision if that video, should the promotional video footages, should be shown or not at the trial. But prosecution said, nah, we not doing all of that. Too much jumbling, mumbling. So the prosecution claims that the hearing should not be held since the appeal court had issued a stay in the proceedings. So it froze everything. Judge John Murphy III is the actual judge who was on this case before, and now we have Judge Feen giving a new trial date for when the murder trial is supposed to restart, which is September 25th, and they go to court in December for the tampering charges. Judge John Murphy III, he ruled in January that the jury should not see the 20-minute documentary about Melly's life and his rise to fame, which was filmed just before the double murders. The video often shows YNW Melly holding a weapon, a gun. In the last few seconds of the video, it mentions the deaths of Thomas and Williams. The defense argued that the video is hearsay, but the state says it's not hearsay, and that video actually proves that Melly was actually at the scene of the crime. So you see why it would be important for YNW Melly's attorneys to want that piece of evidence to be thrown out. Now, because the appeal is from an order that's granting a motion to suppress evidence, the state is automatic. The state argued. They said that the judge does not have the authority to allow discovery to proceed while the case is on appeal. The defense said that the rule does not require a blanket stay on all issues, and said that it wants to explore, among other things, the broadness of a search warrant for text messages from 2018. What they're trying to do is narrow down all the text messages. For those of y'all who saw the first trial last year that ended in a mistrial, a lot of the time the prosecution spent a lot of time going through phone records, text messages, text conversations, trying to prove that that phone was YNW Melly's phone. His now defense team is like, yo, if we could get to those text messages and have a lot of the text messages thrown out and have it narrowed down more, then that would be a good look for our client, YNW Melly. After a brief argument from both sides, Judge Murphy made no decision, just took everything under advisement. So based on that, that's where we're at with that. Now, out of the blue comes YNW Melly's lawyer or ex-lawyer, and he is calling Florida prosecutors out for mishandling his client's case. He is not his client anymore, but he was. So rapper YNW Melly was arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in February of 2019, pertaining to the murder of his 2 friends. He allegedly staged the crime scene to appear like a drive-by shooting, and while the proceedings were declared a mistrial in June of 2023, the rapper was set to be retried. Melly still awaits a retrial. However, the rapper's former attorney, Bradford Cohen, took to Instagram July 3rd of 2024, right before 4th of July, stating that he has never seen anything like this. In the Instagram post sharing an order from the District Court of Appeal, Cohen mentioned that the Broward State Attorney's Office really screwed this case up. He also stated that, he said, quote unquote, "This is a real circus over this case and mishandled from the first day when I was in the case." I don't know if he's ready to tell it all, or this might be one of the reasons why he left the case, but it seems like it. So the rapper's former attorney also mentioned that it was unbelievable that Florida prosecutors, which were the Broward State Attorney's Office in the case, would mishandle such an important double murder case because of their ego. YNW Melly's trial began on June of 2023, and it was declared a mistrial by Judge John J. Murphy III after the jury underwent an apparent deadlock for 3 days in July of 2023. Moreover, the rapper's mistrial underwent multiple pushbacks from several reasons, including Melly changing his attorney and the imposition of additional witness tampering charges. We all know about all that, right? That's why Bortlen is back in custody awaiting his trial as well, which seems is about to happen. Now I'm wondering, because I know they can't try them together because Melly is facing the death penalty, but Bortlen is not facing the death penalty. So are they about to have two separate trials going on in the same building at the same time, but just two separate trials? That would be crazy. The jury selection in Melly's case began in October of 2023 for the retrial. However, the proceedings were put on hold indefinitely by reasons of motions and appeals that were being sorted out before the jury selection was resumed. Here we are. In recent Instagram posts by YNW Melly's former attorney Bradford Cohen, he mentioned that he refused to pass the rapper's case to an unconflicted state attorney's office after the prosecution listed one of its own state attorneys, Christine Bradley, as a witness. And if you remember, Judge John J. Murphy removed Christine Bradley from the case because of this very same reason. However, Broward Circuit Court Judge John J. Murphy ousted the state attorney as a witness, given that she was involved in a 2022 case that was linked to allegations of Christine's wrongdoing by Miramar Police Detective Mark Moretti. For those of you who don't know, it was said that Mark Moretti asked another detective to lie for him and said he was in the room when he was confiscating a phone from YNW Melly's mom. He was supposed to have somebody else there with him, and this is where another one of their team members said she overheard that guy was not in the room, so the lead detective in this case was lying. And Christine Bradley, they were accusing her of working with Mark Moretti to cover up. Investigations were done. Nothing came out of it because it was all found that that's not how it went. Now, moreover, the lower courts also ruled that the Florida prosecutors cannot cross-examine one of their own attorneys, explaining the consequences of the same Bradford Cohen mentioned. He said, "That means if they stay in the case, there will be no cross-examination of the state attorney testified that the lead detective lied about the services of a subpoena. The appellate court just agreed with the lower court." Additionally, Cohen also commented on how YNW Melly's case was mishandled from the start. And he said, "Bad investigation and even a worst trial." If YNW Melly is convicted in a double murder case, he faces the possibility of prison without the option for parole, or he could possibly get the death penalty. Now, y'all know, it used to be that you needed 12 jury members to all unanimously vote for the death penalty. But Florida's governor changed that. DeSantis said, all we need is 8. 8 of the 12 say death penalty, then death penalty it is. Matter of fact, a case just passed where the dude with all the tattoos on his face, I forgot what his name is, he looked like the Joker. He just got the death penalty handed down, and it was 8 of the jurors that said death penalty, while 4 said they don't know, they weren't too sure, so they're going to vote I don't know, but not a definite yes. And he got the death penalty. So that's where we're at with YNW Melly's case. So the news of the day is the judge just handed down that the YNW Melly's double murder retrial will begin September 10th of 2025 at 9 a.m. Period. And Cortlen Henry is set for trial September 10th at 9 a.m. as well. Again, my question is, are they going to run these 2 cases simultaneously in 2 different courtrooms at the same time? Because I know they cannot try both of them together. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. I'll catch you on the next video. It's BrainFLoTv /Hot Topics TV. You know I got my channel called BrainFLoTv. You could go over there and subscribe as well. I'm out. Peace.